Babe, seriously, get up and do something. Can you vacuum or maybe just go clean the toilet?
All I want to do is fish.
Oh my gosh, for the love. Well, why don't you just go organize your fishing stuff in the garage because it's everywhere.
Okay. How's it going, everybody? So today we're going to be cleaning up and redoing my fishing workspace in the garage. As you can see, it's all kinds of special. We got a lot of work to do. We're going to start off by building a brand new workbench that I bought off of Amazon. We're going to put that together and then we're going to rearrange this, and hopefully the finished product will be much more efficient for me as I organize my fishing gear and make the wife happier too at the same time. So we'll go ahead and tidy up this, reorganize everything after we finish the workbench up. We'll come back, do a quick little review, and hopefully it'll be helpful for some of you guys. I'm still in the beginning stages of building this workbench, but one little hiccup that's come up is it's actually a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. So I thought I had the measurements right, but it's a little bit bigger than I'd like. It's still going to be good to go, but it looks like I'm going to have to rearrange my rod rack, which I was hoping would be above, but we're going to have to adjust that. But all's not lost. We're going to keep going with it. As you can tell, I'm not the handiest guy around, but we're going to make it happen, all right? So we're having some fun. Let's get this thing done. Alright, so we finished up the workbench. I'm super happy with the way it turned out. It's a very, very nice workbench. I'll leave a link for it in the video below if you're interested, if this seems like something that you might want. It was a little bit more expensive. I paid about $250, but it's super sturdy. So I'll do a little bit of a review when I finish up the workspace. But this is just, 10%, 20% of the battle today. We have a whole other section here that needs to be reorganized, moved around, and so we have a lot of work to do. But this was kind of the daunting task because I'm not the handiest guy in the world, but we were able to get it set up. It turned out really nice, so I can't wait to show it to you guys. But before we get into anything else, let's clean up the rest of this space. Things are looking up, man. I'm actually pretty stoked with how things are turning out. It's taking time, but it's kind of cool to see that progress as you continue to work with it. Again, I'm not the, I might be the least organized person in the world. but just making things do and, you know, just doing the best I can with it. And I'm pretty happy with how it looks. You know, this is fitting exactly like I was projecting it to fit. And again, just super sturdy. So kind of the part that I'm dreading and just really not looking forward to is cleaning out these guys. And it is just a toxic sewage waste dump in here. There's all sorts of goodies. We've even got, oh, these are all gunked up. Honest, what is this? Like laundry detergent? I don't know how many years it's been sitting there. So yeah, just all sorts of special in these things. So I'm just gonna clean them all out and just really set things up the way I want them to stay. And we'll see on a day-to-day basis if we can keep it that way. But once we get everything organized and situated, then we can put in the pegs into the pegboard and kind of the fun stuff, hang up the lures and, you know, the things that I want to be using the most. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. So we're all done with the workbench. Just want to show you the final results, and I'm more or less happy with it. And as I mentioned previously, the workbench turned out real nice. It was a little higher than I thought, but that's fine. I have a stool that I ordered on Amazon that's going to be coming shortly. But I love the countertop. It's extremely solid. Can handle up to 250 pounds on top. And it's just a very, very sturdy and solidly built workbench. This real wood. A cheaper workbench would have a particle board pegboard, but this is actually an aluminum pegboard. So just very, very sturdy. It has a built-in light that we can turn on. Very, very bright light. It's going to be perfect for when I'm working at night with the garage closed. And I'll eventually be getting some pegs that I feel like will fit better on here to be able to fit these packages a little bit nicer. But just for demonstration purposes, you know, got the Lucky Craft and the very soft plastics that I have. I don't have a lot of stuff, but compared to maybe even a year ago, it's a lot more. So just a growing collection of things as a fishing junkie. Also have this Berkeley line spooler, and you know, so I can just spool my line on here. Better than the way that I previously do it. And it also has a nice little shelf on top for me to store various things. You know, always have my line and lure and my reel guard. A real nice, smooth, plenty of space drawer. So I'll put a link for this workbench in the video if this is something that you like. Again, it's a little bit pricier. I paid about $250 for it. You know, there are $100, $150 options, but based on the reviews that I saw, this particular workbench seems to be definitely worth the extra money, even just in terms of ease of setup. And I did take a long time to get it set up, longer than probably the average person would, but the instructions were super clear. The manual was very, very easy to follow. For the cheaper workbenches that I've read, I don't know how sturdy they are, but in terms of some of the reviews, they were saying that it was very, very complicated, thousands of pieces. It just took people sometimes all day to put it together. If it takes someone all day, it would have taken me like a week. Very, very happy with this. And also got the power strip on here and has a couple of USB outlets. So super, super happy with it. I'm excited to, you know, put this to use. I think the wife is going to be happy with this cleaned up area. And if you saw what it looked like before, a toxic waste dump, this actually looks like maybe what a garage should look like. For someone who loves to fish. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, I normally had my rod rack right here. So I had to remove the rod rack that I had here, and I moved it over, right over to the side. And I'm actually really, really happy with how it looks. I'm gonna install another one right on top because I have more than 6 rods. I also deep cleaned these shelves. From the top to the inside was really gunky, nasty, sand, grease, laundry detergent, you name it, was all over here. And now I can actually use this as a proper storage unit. I have my reels in there, my extra line, and so we'll continue to use this area. to hold. So overall, you know, this is the first time I've actually ever had a fishing workspace, so I'm still a beginner. Let me know in the comments if you have any better ideas or if there's something that I could have done better. But overall, for first time, I'm pretty stoked. Very, very excited and happy and pleased to be able to do this, and I feel like it's going to kind of up my efficiency and just my enjoyment of the sport just by having been able to do this. And check out the links below if there's some of the things. I have this line spooler on here if this is something that you feel like would be beneficial for you. I'll have that in the link. Hope you found this video helpful, and maybe this video was able to give you ideas in terms of how you can transform your fishing workspace into something that you always wanted. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Appreciate your support. Tight lines.